don't look a day older than the last time we saw you or the first
I
time we saw
love
you.
you. Would you bear my first child?
Yeah, you
So-
look the same.
Well, thank you
actually.
so much. You just made my 2 years.
And since you've been an acting coach for 30 years and some of the students you've handled have won Oscars like Halle Berry and Charlize Theron, would you say actors are born or made?
Well, it's the whole thing about nurture versus nature. You know, the whole idea of like what makes a person a person. Part of it is nurture. Part of it is how you know, this is talking just being a human being. Some of it's genetic. Some of it is nurture. That's how you are being brought up by parenting, by your siblings, and by your connection to your peers. So it's really the same thing. Nature versus nurture. It's like you could be like innately, inherently talented, but not educate yourself in it, and never really find any kind of acclaim. And you could also be someone who works really hard, didn't have the innate talent from nature, but worked so hard and were willing to take the risks of really being open and exploring growth to the point of taking huge risks in their forward motion, is that those are the people that will have great success and get great and get awards and stuff. So it's like it's really part of like the journey of the human being themselves. You gotta work hard in anything that you guys do. When you want success, work hard for it and take risks. Be fearless in taking risks and choices of not only the material that you do, but the choices that you make as your interior choices. I just finished working on a movie with David Ayer. It's a soul food project. This is like, I'm on an NDA, so I can't talk about what the topic is, but let me tell you, I think he's gonna be the next Godfather. And it's like, but he had all the, not only did we work on his part of like why this journey needed to be told by him and how he was going to profoundly benefit his soul to make this project, but he sent all his stars to me too of the movie to be so that we're all on the same page telling the same story together with his vision. And so everybody was sharing the same vision and having the same kind of like journey that everybody was taking together as a team. And it was a beautiful thing, and I feel honored to be a part of that. And so, and in terms of, you know, success and talent, it really is up to you to take that information and be able to do something with it. Again, in any field, working hard and taking risks and not playing it safe is a success quotient in anything.
That movie that you're referring to, when will it be released? This year or next year?
Probably next year.
Oh, I see.
They just finished shooting it a week ago.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is new. They started shooting, they began the editing. He's about to go into another movie for Netflix, and so in the midst of all that, he's working on his project. This is his soul food project. This is his heart project, and so next year, sometime. But don't be surprised if it's not an Oscar contender. It's that wonderful.
Oh.
I mean, it was like hours would go by and we'd be working on it, and it'd be like that much time went by because it was just inspiring. This is amazing, like, you know, collaboration.
Some of the actors you've worked with, like James Franco and Brad Pitt and Halle and Charlize, when they were starting, how were they when you first handled them?
Well, everybody, I think Halle was already a star, but not respected as a great actress. It was like doing the work that we did that made her put her on a bunch of different levels up. I remember the phone call I got when she said that she was making the kind of money that she never thought she would make in a lifetime in one movie, off of the fact that people, when you get respect, when you really do something that you get respected for it, and you do the hard work. And Monsters Ball, for example, we worked 30 hours and I went to set. You know, so 30 hours in my home where I privately coach, 2 to 3 hours a day, and going to set. So it's like this is the hard work and then really pushing the envelope, you know, kind of thing. Charlize Theron started from the very beginning, and she never had done anything. And I'm the only teacher she's ever worked with. And she was someone who was like, from the first scene that she did, she was willing to like take chances, and she always did. And she always worked really hard. So when she started working as an actress, what would happen, she'd call me from set saying, I'm gonna be wrapped in 3 days, set me up with a scene partner, get me back on the stage. And then she'd call a friend of hers to work out, so she'd be double working, because that's how much, I mean, she was really into doing the work. Brad Pitt the same. Brad Pitt wanted to rehearse so much. I expect 6 to 8 hours a week before he put up a scene. He wanted to rehearse so much, 2 to 3 hours a day, that he was complained about by his scene partners that said, Brad wants to rehearse too much. He wants to rehearse every day, and they'd complain about him. Well, guess what? Brad Pitt's a big star. Those people, you're never going to know who they are. And it's the work ethic and taking risks. From the first scene that he did from a play called Tribute, he let his impulses, he allowed his impulses, he wasn't afraid of them. And so even though he was raw and he was green, it was clear that he was of the